Hi everybody, I hope you're having a nice Wednesday so far. If you've not been to my stream before, hi, I'm Emily. This is my second channel for video game streams. I have a main channel on Twitch where I do music streams, but today we are going to do the Witch Hunt DLC, which I'm hoping we can finish today. Based on the check I did before starting this series, it made, all the origin stuff, it made sense to do Awakening before, based on the one article I read, before Witch Hunt, and then we'll finish with Golems. And I'm hoping we can do both of these in one stream. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. We'll see. But let's go ahead and get started. Glad I remembered where these were, because it's in a different spot than it is on the Xbox, like starting the other DLC. No, we want to import from another module. We want to make sure we get the one from Awakening, not from, okay, that's, well, yes, this is the one from Awakening. I think the most recent, advanced. Yeah, that's what we want. I can look at all the saves and then I will know that I've got the correct. Okay. Because we're also going to want to import this one for Golems.
Flemeth once told me that temptation lies in the forbidden. Do not follow me, I said, yet you search even so. Some doors should never be reopened.
We have Pancake back. Why couldn't Pancake have been with us for Awakening? Oh, I like the first thing we can do is tell him we're glad he's here. Well, why couldn't he have been with us for Awakening? I've never understood that. There is no reason why Vigil's Keep was not doggo friendly. Wait, it doesn't say Pancake. I have to give it. Okay, he's still Pancake. I guess it couldn't import the dog name. But it's definitely our Pancake. I have to level him up too, so let's do... He needs like strength. Oh no, it's not, it's already done. Never mind. I lied. I can read, I promise. We have points though. Or skill point? All the doggo stuff first. And that'll work. Honestly, sometimes I just click buttons when I'm leveling up. Some games I get like really meticulous about it. This is not one of those games. I kind of just input the stuff and let it happen. Somebody somewhere is going to be eye-rolling about that, and it's fine. I understand, because I am that way about other games. But for this one, I kind of just, this button looks pretty, and that's the point I take.
Not another step. What are you doing here?
It's my friend's house?
Call off your hound. Then tell him to back down. Ugh. Fine. I am Ariane of the Dalish people. My keeper sent me to find Asha Belinar, the woman of many years.
This one, I forgot. I've only played this DLC one time. I did one playthrough as a male warden, so I could do the Morrigan romance. I played this. I think that's the only time I played it. Maybe I played it one other time. But the first time we hear Flemeth referred to as Asha Belinar, or did I say that earlier? Did she introduce herself like that when we first meet? Remember? Either way, it's a good reminder / tie-in to set us up for the beginning of the second game. Oh, that's right. We did kill her a little bit.
Many have tried to kill Asha Belinar in the past. Do not claim victory until a few centuries have passed with no sight of her. We thought she could help us find her daughter, Morrigan. The young witch has caused trouble for my clan. Has she earned your ire as well?
I like how they give you kind of the option of being angry with Morrigan versus like just looking for her. And I feel like the being angry doesn't work at all for our character because we trusted her. We let her do the ritual with Alistair. She told us in advance she was going to leave as soon as the battle was over, and she did. Actually, we didn't take her in our party like to the top of Fort Draken, so like she left then. But she told us that was what was going to happen, so I feel like we knew and had accepted it. So I don't think our character would be mad at her at all. I feel like it might fit if you were a male warden and did the ritual. But even so, I think she's still pretty upfront with her plans, so I don't feel like you have a right to be mad if you agreed to it. But, so I feel like we're not angry with her. We're just looking for her. But I think we would not, like, volunteer any information when talking to a stranger. I feel like most of the dialogue choices I made for this character, that she kind of is, like, a little more cautious with who she talks to. But maybe I'm wrong. It might have depended on my mood. Per stream. Also, I was thinking about this I was watching a little bit of somebody's playthrough of Inquisition because it's just taken me so long to play this first game because scheduling has been not as consistent as I would like. Sorry about that. But I was thinking about like my approach to this game. Also thinking about this in playing Baldur's Gate 3 on my own. And some people approach like making the character as like an avatar for themselves, and I think that's totally fine and totally valid. That's not really how I approach playing these games. I kind of like for Baldur's Gate 3 I'm playing actually I did it bad. I said I was going to play other games that I hadn't played yet after finishing my first playthrough, but I immediately started a second playthrough, so I'm sorry. But I'm playing two of my own D&D characters, and they're both, I guess the first one I did that thing everybody does where like you put a little bit of yourself in it because it's your first character build, but like second character is very much not like me at all. So I play the game like thinking about them and how they would do things and not about like what I would prefer necessarily. And like a game like this, when I've played a game a few times, I'm not always the bard. No, this character is a barbarian warlock, which I know it is not, which I got told was not a good combination, and I did it anyway. One surefire way to make sure I do something in life, but also in D&D, is to tell me that it's not going to work, and I will do it anyway. But yes, this character, she's like a chaotic good. She's not like, she's a pink dragonborn who is like a trust fund baby who's lived a very sheltered life, and she's a barbarian warlock. We had this moment in Baldur's Gate 3 talking to Will about him being a warlock, and he tells a story about how he did it to like save the city, save these people. And my character, I can't do this in game, because limited by the options, but in my head I'm going, well, she's a warlock because her patron promised her a pretty rock. Her backstory is she runs a crystal shop. She believes in like healing crystals. Don't actually work. She believes they do though. But that was like her parents like that bought her a shop and set her up with that as a job to like keep her busy. But anyway, so I played like from their point of view. Like I think about like their backstory and whatever, and I do what they would, even if I hate it, if it's what they would do, that's what I do, and then I see how it plays out. And when I'm playing a game like this, I've played this series multiple times, not as much as like Mass Effect, so like I have to remind myself of some of the smaller story beats and the little things that might add up later and that I want to be mindful of. But I play it kind of trying to fit my character I'm playing as into this story in the most interesting way. So I'm not trying to like represent myself or what I would do in this situation. Sometimes I guess a little bit of that creeps in because I'm human, but like I try to create the most interesting story. Like when I enjoy a game, movie, or a book or whatever, I don't need the characters to make the decisions I wanted them to make or whatever. I need them to make the decisions that it makes sense that they made in terms of the development thus far and in the story and all that. Like, nothing will lose my business faster in terms of a story is like if the character just suddenly does something totally out of character and then the author or whomever tries to justify it to you. I hate that. Like, if you've let them build up to this place where like this is the thing that they're probably going to do, then that needs to happen. I hate when, like, as a reset, writers take all the character development they've done and just like throw it out the window or put it on the shelf or pretend like it didn't happen. It's to me feels like it was all a dream trope. I hate it. But like with this playthrough of this series, I'm trying to create my favorite version of the story more than like just like create the ideal character. That makes sense. Because it's so much of it is open. I think sometimes, like when you're playing something like this or you're watching somebody's playthrough of this, like there are a lot of things that they've headcanoned, that they've forgotten that they've headcanoned, and that can get a little lost in translation. So if I do headcanon something, I try to make sure to say it, but I kind of try to think about like where we've been and where we're going, and story-wise do something that makes sense. So I guess I'm more narrative driven when I play these in terms of my choices versus like character. I don't know, but that doesn't I don't know if that fully makes sense. I love character writing. So like in general, when I'm consuming like fiction of any kind, I need good characters. I need well-written characters. I can forgive a shaky plot if the character's writing is solid. But the reverse of that doesn't usually work for me. But I thought it occurred to me that like it's interesting how we can have these very different approaches to these games. And some of you are like, it's not that deep. I just click some buttons, I whack some things with a sword, and I go about my business. That's totally fine. Like, that's totally valid. Not every game I ever play is like one of those like story heavy RPGs. Sometimes I like things where you just whack people with a stick. That's fine. But for this, I feel like the real intrigue for the Dragon Age world and all that is like all of the world building and all of the little things that slowly start to add up. But I also feel like you're gonna miss out on some of that if the character doesn't like stay true to like themselves through the story. So I don't know if any of that makes any sense, but I thought it might be worthwhile to share a little bit of like where I'm coming from when I play this, so that maybe that makes sense. But if not, sorry for the tangent. Let's get back to talking to this Dalish lady who our dog almost bit, and who's also hanging out in Morgan/Plymouth's house. So yes, we're going to, I think character would say what happened is between us. She wouldn't just volunteer those details. I took a rather long scenic route to get that, explaining that decision.
Morrigan stole an ancient book my clan has guarded since the days of Arlathan. We were the only ones with such a piece of our history. Everything we once had, all legacy of our ancient magics, were stripped from us. First by the Tevinter Magisters, then by the Wretched Circle. And Morrigan took what little was left.
Oh, and also to further answer your question, Varsity, no, I'm not always the bard. I've been, well, actually still playing my first character in Andrew's campaign. She's just a bard. And then my second character was a dragonborn, or second character, half-elf bard. Second character, dragonborn, barbarian warlock. Third character, halfling barbarian. So a little bit bard there too, but she was fun. She was pure chaos. She had anger management issues. It was a lot of fun to play. And then right now I'm playing I can't say, I think it'll come out at the table at this weekend's session. But I'm playing, for all intents and purposes right now, a drow sorcerer, but they are not actually a drow. They are kind of masquerading as such. If you don't D&D, a drow is a dark elf. They live like underground and stuff. But they are actually something else, pretending to be a drow. And Andrew knows because we kind of built our characters together. Andrew is actually playing a drow. They're exactly as they appear. But this character has been fun to play too because all my characters tend to be a little bit chaotic. This one is like a special kind. This one's like more like chaotic neutral. but not evil at all, but not necessarily like super moral. It's been fun. You didn't remember you had a bard you're referring to not always playing yourself. Yeah, well, I mean, like, okay. I mean, I'm gonna end up on like major side quests explaining D&D, but no, yeah, I mean, I was definitely drawn to the idea of playing a bard because I am a musician and I thought it was kind of fun. But I actually it's my favorite play class now that I've played a few of them, because it's mechanically a lot of fun. It's you're a bard in D&D is it doesn't necessarily, you don't necessarily have to be musical to be a bard. You could be like an actor or like some other type of performer or artist, but it's a spellcasting class, but you have a lot fewer limitations compared to some of the other spellcasting classes. You don't have to like deal with prepared spells. You can just have as many spells as your level lets you have, and they're always prepared. You get half proficiencies in almost everything. And everything, I think. You either have half proficiency or full proficiency, which means you can roll higher on things that are not like your major skills. So it's kind of a good, like one of the levels is you earn, when you get the half proficiency, called Jack of all trades. And that's really like what the bard is. And so like I like playing the bard because you can kind of do whatever. You can be healing support. You can kind of like control the combat by doing area effect things. You can I really enjoy using my bard character to just try to avoid combat, to have like persuasive conversations to try and avoid like difficult situations. It's just a lot of fun. If you want to, there are quite a few things to like manage, but I didn't find it that difficult to learn. But if you are going to try D&D and you don't feel like, you're like me and you don't feel like a straight fighter style is for you, give bard a try, because you still can like deal some damage, but like you can, if that's your thing, but like you have more option and you can be a little bit more creative with like how your character functions like within the party. Bard's also a good option, like if you don't know what else to do, or if you're worried like there might be too many fighters or barbarians or too many spellcasters, because then you're kind of in the middle. You could kind of do either. I guess you can kind of say the same for like a ranger maybe, or a cleric, but I like playing a bard. I think it's fun, but no, I'm going to be staying away from it for future characters because I've done twice now, a bard and then a barbarian. But I would play it again for sure. Okay, it's back to Dragon Age Origins Witch Hunt. Sorry for the extra side quest.
For almost 2,000 years, the Dalish people have been wanderers, a shadow of what we once were. This book, as much of a mystery as it is to us, is one of the only clues on how to reclaim that past. My keeper, Solon, says it was a treatise on something the ancients called Alluvian. The word is as old as the book itself, and its meaning has been lost, save perhaps to Morrigan.
Yes, I forgot how this is a nice tie-in into the game. That way we're bringing the Alluvians back. I debated so much when I started this playthrough whether I was going to do an all-mage playthrough or start this one with a Dalish elf, because like, you get a little bit of Alluvian story with the Dalish origin, but I decided I wanted to challenge myself to do an all-mage playthrough, because it's actually my least favorite play class game. Oh no, I might like it better than warrior, but the dual-wielding warrior in this first game is pretty fun. I usually like to play rogue, particularly the dual dagger rogue. But yeah, this will actually be a nice. Now I wonder why the article suggested this before golems, because maybe it's a timeline thing, but this feels like a nice tie-in to Dragon Age 2. Also love that this whole thing is starting because Morgan stole a book. Like, I mean, books are, especially in a world like this, where books, not everybody can afford books, or even afford or be in a position where they can learn how to read. I feel like, back historically, books were like a sign of wealth, right? Like they like, it was a status symbol to have lots of books. Some of us are just hoarders, but I like that the whole premise is like she didn't steal from well, I guess they would have like a clan librarian, but she stole a book and the librarian is pissed, sort of thing.
1 month ago, she visited our clan in the name of friendship, and took great interest in our history. She knew exactly what she was looking for. The Keeper allowed her to see the book. 2 nights later, it was gone. Help me. We both want Morrigan, and we can aid each other. The Book of Eluvian was reclaimed for my clan by an elven mage who stole it from the Circle of Magi before defecting. He said other similar treasures remain in the library, but they would never allow a Dalish to view them. Perhaps you will meet a different reception. Masirinis, I look forward to working with you.
I'm glad Pancake's on board. I don't think there's anything here for us. Also, I realized that I've taken us... I took a bit of a tangent and killed a little bit of time, so I'm going to try to keep things moving, because I would like to finish this today. Okay, totally missed. We're off to a great start. Died in kind of a funny position. I think it's still on E from last time. So I'm gonna put it on normal, but I kind of feel like I must complete this in today's stream as promised. So if I run into issues, I will put it on easy and we will just go for a slightly more narrative playthrough of this DLC to make sure I can finish on schedule. But for myself, I like the combat to be not insanely difficult, but like enough of a challenge to... We're going to... What is this? Hide the orc. Or is it... Is that always there? Is it just like a lake? Oh, no? Remember. That's not the thing to be worried about right now. Let's keep going.
Welcome to Ferelden's Circle of Magi. Please, keep your hound under control. Some of the apprentices are easily startled. And I see you have a Dalish elf with you.
Is that a problem? What is that supposed to mean? Most Dalish are common thieves?
As you say, the Circle is glad to have you as a guest. As you can see, things are much changed from when you were last here.
I feel like I understand why she took offense a little bit, since people tend to be very mistrustful in this world of elves in general, but particularly the Dalish. But I feel like the Circle security, aka the Templars, would be... they would want someone to vouch for any visitor, any stranger coming to visit the Circle for the first time.
If you're looking for a book, you can start in the index section. As the Warden Commander, you and your guests are free to explore the first floor of the tower without an escort. Good day to you.
I see why Keeper Solon
I have a staff equipped. Why don't I have a staff equipped? Still have the one I had. Did I only get to use that in the Awakening DLC? This is the one I had, I think, from the end of the main game. So
to come here. It is all too tempting to overturn the tight order of their little world.
Yes. Can I click on it? Oh no, that's Pancake. I talked Pancake? No. Yep. Pancake. Fine then.
As you say.
Hero, what is Ariane? I think she's a dual-wielding warrior. That's actually kind of fun. If you've never played this game before, or if you haven't done that, it's unfortunately a play style that like is not in the second or third game. Can't speak to Veilguard because I haven't played it yet. But the dual-wielding warrior, so like 2 swords, or I guess you could do daggers or whatever. It's actually kind of fun to play. You can do a lot of damage, but you can't like block or guard at all. I think she's a warrior, so we'll be able to. Yeah, won't be able to pick any locks. We're to ignore them. Unless Pancake has learned some skills in his absence. He's a smart boy. He can figure out how to pick a lock.
Never thought I'd see her back here.
A pity Cullen's not here.
He's not still carrying a torch for her, is he?
I hope not. He's been at the Chantry in Greenfell for some time. Nice quiet village, lots of fresh air, good for the nerves. The Knight Commander told him he could return here when he, leveled out.
I'm just glad he's gone. He was so twitchy. And that intense stare? Oh, creepy.
But you ought to remember that Cullen had a little bit of a thing for our character. One of the things, I think I mentioned this earlier, so this is like a minute spoiler, but not big. Other than Leliana, Cullen is the only character that is a true through point from beginning through Inquisition. I, again, don't know what happens in Veilguard, haven't played it yet. I will play it on my own before I play it on stream at some point. But he's the only, I think, yeah, he's the only one that you see across at least the first 3 games. So, like, anytime he comes up, like, hold on to the literal import. Well, I guess you wouldn't know. Anything that seems significant, kind of put a pen in it. Can I talk to them? No, I can just listen to them talk about me in their outside voice. Do they think I wasn't going to hear? They just not care. At least it's all. Wait. Can I get in there? Oh, no lock to pick. Yes, please. Health potions. Isn't that a lot cleaner and nicer than last time we were here?
Oh, all right. A little. You have to admit, it's tempting, right? All these mages, so complacent, thinking they're so important. You think I need to relax? Well, maybe.
And I just at the door, or is he different? Daniel!
Enchantment?
I don't know if this is at all referenced or actual endgame, but I had canon that Sandal and Dagna became besties.
Enchantment! Enchantment!
Yes. Bodan is trading in Redcliffe. If you're interested in his goods, I believe Sandal has some of them to offer you.
I don't know how old Sandal is actually meant to be, but we never see him with a beard. And Bodan calls him boy, but like, we know that, you know, Sandal, he needs a parent to help look after him. He's a little bit different. I don't know the best way or the kindest way to say that, so I'm sorry if that's not right. But he definitely is someone who needs someone looking out for him. But I thought it was interesting that we don't know exactly how old he is, but never see him like with a beard. And I think most of the male dwarfs, or almost all of the male dwarfs we see, have beards or some kind of facial hair. Not all of them. We do see some without, but I know in some like fantasy or like dwarves almost always have beards. It's like a point of pride with them. And in some of them, even the female dwarves have beards. Is that a Lord of the Rings thing or not? I can't remember. I feel like it might be that the lady dwarves have beards too. Didn't realize I was carrying around so much stuff I don't need. True in real life too. I'm always carrying like way more stuff than I actually need. Chronic overpacker. Wanted to clear enough space so that we can pick up things as needed. I'm not going to do like a crazy amount of inventory management. I'm just going to get rid of. I mean, I think I might outfit Ariane in a second because what we have might be better. It's just we're short a person for a full party. What we have might be better than what she has. But I want to make sure that like anything we need to find, I think quest items usually don't Or like you could pick up quest items, quest-related items, even if your inventory is full. They go, I guess, into like a pocket dimension where they can fit and exist without taking up too much space. But just to be sure, I'll just get rid of some extras to make sure that it might be good now, but a few more things. I think we got a lot of money. There was a moment in the main game where definitely like didn't have enough money to buy all the potions and stuff we wanted, but that is not a problem now. Master Health Poultice? Yes, please. Go ahead and take those injury kits too. Got plenty of money. Delirium potion. Anything hiding? Any special weapons or robes we can wear? Special necklace. I'll just stick with what I have. We don't need to go to all the trouble right now. I just want to make sure that we have space in our inventory to pick up things as needed. Oh, more potions. Can I go down here? No. I don't think we're gonna get jumped in the tower, but I haven't done a save yet. Let's go ahead and do one.
Books. I've never seen so many.
The skull? Like, in profile? That's what it looks like to me. A little creepy.
Is that a purebred Mabari? I wish I had one. They should allow pets in the tower.
Don't you remember the Dragonling disaster? There's bits of Ivan still burnt onto the ceiling on the third floor.
I'm talking about common pets. Dogs, cats, rats, owls, that sort of thing.
Owls? What sort of mage has an owl as a pet?
I like the little meta Harry Potter reference. Yeah, I would definitely be the person to get in trouble for having a dragonling as a pet. Well, we know Anders had a cat in the tower. I can't remember if they made him get rid of it or if something happened to the cat when the tower was, when the blood mages tried to take over the tower.
You think you could sneak up on the mage over there?
Like they're bonding.
How high do you think he'd throw those things if he turned around and saw you looming over him?
Disapproving.
Oh, lighten up. This place is like a tomb. A few surprises would be good for them. Warden, your dog is lecturing me again.
I love how everybody just talks to the Mabari like they're people. You? No. Okay, I've clearly missed whatever it is I'm doing.
It
This
is
is the
begun.
index. Or in volume. Index volume. Raising Nugs, a how-to guide. For the people who want to have Nugs as pets, I guess, in the tower. I guess they're not a problem the way the Dragonlings are. Looking specifically for Dalish book. You say the title of it? I've already forgotten. It's on Illuvians. So we'll be able to find it. All about weeds.
Ready when you are.
Maybe it's in the journal. I should have. There's books on related topics. So this one had the Elven Languages book. Let's start there. I guess if we click on each one, it rules itself out. Cool. I just do a very bad job of reading these. I'm pretty sure it's not Raising Nugs, a how-to guide. I guess I'm clicking on all of them. Oh, there, I missed that before. Catalog of Elven Relics. That makes sense. I'm going to click on the last one so it's left out. Oh, that should have been something. Okay. The end text, right? All of them, didn't I? Yeah, I went through all of them. What am I missing? What's supposed to be happening? Which one? All about weeds or raising nugs?
Ready when you are.
Arrived at the Circle's library. You should try finding anything on Illuvian. Find a book that mentions Illuvian. Search through the Circle's library. See if you can find anything on Illuvian. It's Elven, so books on related topics would start. The nugs, yes, it would. I wouldn't say no to a pet nug. Okay, we clicked on literally every book. Does that mean maybe we can like now find them on the shelves? Oh, I see. So now this gives us like places I think we can check. We have to like, this is a little bit too much realism for me. Like that we have to actually go stack by stack. I hover from here and see them. What's that one? There's no way I can read that text from over here. Mythical creatures, it's not going to be in there. Try and do a hover until I find one that's clickable. I think we have to backtrack. This is a moment where I would have been totally okay with like a little, like we click on the index and then we get like a little cutscene of our character looking it up and then going to find the book. Here's artifacts. Here's the thing though. Oh no, never mind, I was wrong. Yes, the Illuvian, I've seen you for a second that the Illuvians were Deventer, but they're not, they are Elven.
I recognize the character on this page. I think it makes up part of the word Illuvian.
That's hardly helpful. I kind of agree, but...
I think so. The script is strange, but it must be. This is a library, isn't it? Perhaps another book could help us translate this.
So now we need that Elven dictionary that I saw in the index. I suppose having clicked on all of them means we've kind of quote-unquote discovered all of the collectible, I guess, books library. We just find the one that is the Elven dictionary on it and then maybe come back to the first one.
I hear they cut out your eyes for staring at their tattoos.
They do not.
They do. I read it somewhere.
And you believe everything you read, do you?
Better
They
safe
are not
than
having this
sorry, I
conversation in their
say.
inside voice. I mean, they're not yelling, but like, they're trying to not be overheard. They are failing. Try and hover over each shelf. Not missing, but not sure I'm doing a good job. Dictionary. That is one. Oh, spirit? No. I mean, I would think it would be under reference. I don't know if they follow the same system. Gonna make me have to go back to the index.
They found the body of the Templar who went after those apostates near Haiva.
What group it was under.
It's terrible what they did to him.
They say he was force-fed so much lyrium he was bleeding from his eyes. His brain was liquefied in his skull.
That was just
Lyrium really grew.
covered over all of these, but maybe I'm. Well, this is the one we found, catalog of elven relics, but we need the one that was like elven dictionary. It wasn't called that, but it was like a something translating elven languages. Yeah, that's it. I definitely put it earlier, but index, eat it, but like. About 10 seconds away from looking it up on my phone. Sorry if that's not very game purist of me, but sometimes like I want to just waste time doing busy work. Like I said, this is almost a little bit too much realism for me, but alright, looking it up. If any of you have played before and you remember where it is, feel free to tell me in the chat. Like I said, I've played this at least once before. It's been a while. I don't remember the details. I mean, I remember the ending of this DLC very well, but I don't remember getting there super well. Let's see. Oh, the translating is in the history section. I did find that where, but I guess misunderstood. Then we have to go back to the other one. Oh, that's not helpful. It tells me to locate the book and take it from the bookshelf. It doesn't tell me which shelf it's on. I like the ones that fully describe what it is I'm supposed to be doing so that I can just go right to it, but that's the one we need second. There's artifacts one, so history. But like over here, this side. Wait, gotta hover. Where'd it go? Oh, not school spirit. Honestly, at this point, I think the dog would be better at finding the books. I should let him do it. Translating Elven languages. There we go. Take the book. Okay, now go back to the first book. Now we get a quest mark. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, who let a dog in here? And what are you doing? Be careful!
I'm looking at books.
Wait, I know you. You're the Grey Warden Mage. The hero! This is even worse. Didn't they teach you proper care of antique volumes in the first year? Maker. People save the country and suddenly they think they can abuse priceless books all willy-nilly.
I might as well ask him for help. It'll at least distract him from yelling at us.
I've used it, but I don't know it by heart. Browsing the chapter on the Illuvians. No one's actually found one, you know.
You know what Illuvian is?
It's Old Elvish for seeing glass. Mirror. Illuvian isn't just any mirror. It's a special kind. When the Imperium sacked Arlathan, they took these mirrors and tried to unlock their power. But all they could use them for was communication over long distances.
Solon thought Illuvian was a place. My people crossed paths with another Dalish clan not too long ago. 2 of their young hunters encountered a strange mirror in some ruins. One disappeared, the other became deathly ill. They never found the one, and the other died. They left Ferelden and traveled north to forget their sorrows.
Yeah, so if you played the Dalish elf origin, that's you. You're, well, in this story they disappeared, but like you find it with a friend and they get really sick. I guess I'll go ahead and spoil that because I'm not playing that. Basically, that particular Illuvian has the blight. Your friend gets the blight, and you find out later gets turned into a darkspawn from having touched the Illuvian. It's one of those like kind of quintessential moments where they want to touch it, you try to stop them, it doesn't work, and then you both actually I think get the blight, but you because you get selected to be a Grey Warden and you go through the ritual, you survive it. But I think in terms of like overarching lore, the Dalish elf origin for this game ties into the rest of the series very nicely. But I also think some of like the side stuff is set up really nicely from playing the Mage origin, which I did. Yeah, let's let him keep talking.
What became of the mirror?
Shattered. Destroyed.
Why?
It was corrupted by the Darkspawn, beyond hope of recovery. They did it to protect others.
Even broken, it could be used to find the others. No, don't get ahead of yourself, Finn. You have to be sure.
What? What do you know?
This is so exciting. We have to get to the repository. Hadley has the key. Come on.
I guess he's at our party too. And his name's Finn. Like our Finn, but she's a girl. I think it's a cool name. That's why we picked it, because we didn't know if Finn was a boy or a girl cockatiel. And I liked it for either one. Turned out to be a girl with lots of opinion. Actually, no, he's good there. Have some skill points. Oh, he's good. He's got the spirit healer stuff, so revive us. I like the ones that affect the weapons. He could do that for Ariane's weapons. And let's go ahead and give him Fireball. When in doubt, Fireball. It's a sound strategy. And now we're gonna go talk to Hadley. He's the Templar, I think.
Look, Finn, he fetched me a flower.
You can't get a flower inside of this.
Oh, thoughtful. It's very pretty. Slobbery, but pretty.
He meant well.
You should just tell him to fetch a Morrigan. Would save us a lot of trouble. Hadley! Just the man I was looking for.
Not looking very hard, were you? I'm always here.
Good one. So I I need to go into the repository.
No.
No? Why not? I'm not some drooling apprentice.
It's because of me, isn't it?
No. The Sentinels have been behaving erratically, so the repository is locked for everyone's safety.
Oh, well then, sorry for bothering you.
You all remember the Sentinels? I think we fought them, the very, very beginning of the game. We had to go in there to get Jowin's phylactery.
Unfortunately, we are still not sure yet. The repository isn't crucial to the daily functioning of the Circle, so we've left it until we can spare more men. Oh, very well. It's your necks. But before you go, what's so important down there?
The statue. It knows things about Tevinter, and I need to speak to it.
All right. Be careful and keep the mess to a minimum.
You know that talking to inanimate objects is a sign of insanity.
Not when it talks back.
You think the statue talks to you?
It's complicated. It wasn't always a statue. You'll see.
I believe we did speak to it at the beginning of the game. I'm pretty sure it's not the one we encountered in the Winding Wood in Awakening. I think this was already there for the origin and we talked to it then. Oh yes, good idea. Let's do it.
We must not exhaust our supplies. I shall.
Oh, I'm sorry, Pancake.
Fate is influencing the Sentinels. We have to deal with this.
I can't say.
How? Never seen anything like this before.
It is begun.
There's something to do with the magic animating the scene.
Bloodshed.
Let's deactivate another.
It is begun.
That seems to make the weak spots
Sorry,
in the veil
friends.
visible.
I'm really bad at aiming my spells sometimes.
Now we do battle.
I know he was talking to me, but I cannot process what I'm being told when I'm in the middle of fighting things. I see there's anything important here. I just as we have to deal with them. I didn't know he just told us some way to.
As you say.
And these Sentinels are going back to normal. We need
Good.
to deal with the rest of the rifts in the veil if we can.
Rifts look different. Series goes on. I don't know what this is. We don't ever see it in game, and that's probably for the best.
The prison is breached. I see the encroaching darkness.
Wow. It does talk.
Hello?
The shadow will consume all.
Yeah, oh,
Something
this
is
statue.
causing it distress. The tears in the veil, most likely. The statue's useless until we mend the veil.
I'm not sure she appreciates being called useless. Oh. 1 of 6 tears mended. How do we...
It is
We
begun.
won't get anything out of it till we deal with the rifts in the Fade.
That was a tear that we had to deal with, but I guess not. That's... What is that? A little bit like a mind player. Maybe that might be just because I'm much Baldur's Gate. I know that there's some like references to Baldur's Gate in these games occasionally because I believe Bioware made the one of the first two, not both of them. Don't remember. Maybe I'm making that up. If I am, I'm sorry. I think this is the room we found that staff that looked an awful lot like Morgan's staff in the origin, but then I had to give it back. Or no, I kept it. I convinced blanking on his name. The Archmage didn't seem to take it. It is a story-heavy DLC. There will be combat later, but there is a lot of story in this one. A lot of narrative stuff.
is begun.
Oh, I think that's what I was supposed to do. Just distract them or fight the sentinels just enough to like trigger the veil tear to do whatever it's supposed to do. I thought once I dealt with the tear, these guys would be fine, but that's wrong. We fight them until the game decides we've done enough, it looks like. Okay, that's a couple combats. Okay.
Enemies approaching! Watch out! Battle awaits! Away with you!
Maybe there's a veil tear linked to each one of the sentinels. We have to activate them and then defeat them each individually.
It is begun.
Or the fools say, I will defeat you! Do your work!
As you say.
I hope I know what I'm doing!
He is doing a lot of panicking. I'm dead. You're up. We're good. Okay. I was going to use his revive my character. It all worked out. Let them handle that.
Come, let us end this!
Who's injured? Everybody. Okay, now we're ahead and giving him fireball. What is this? Don't need to worry about looking for items, just the veil tears. Can't hurt. Check. Gonna be good. Yeah, they've... Not every time, at least almost every time I finish a fight.
I shall do.
I keep clicking when I don't need to. It's a bad habit I've never been able to break with this game. I know that once you click on an enemy, your character keeps fighting it, but I just can't stop myself from clicking repeatedly, especially when I'm like frantically trying to not die. Oh, well, there you go. Give you a Larium potion and keep back up. Yay. Potion, please. Doing it again. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
This'll give me strength for the daylight.
I hope this goes well.
It shall be done.
Again.
I'll make this quick.
They probably can't revive me. Because I think that one, like, the amount of lyrium you need for it is such that, like, you can't really do it more than once per combat. But, or, like, not amount of lyrium, the cooldown time, that's what I meant to say.
I'll do it. Go! Get them! Why is everything so complicated? Did I get it?
I was saying the wrong number. Oh, we have to revive again. One of everything. Question. I feel like this fight has just been going on and on.
I shall do
Uh-oh. Finn is down, which means we're in trouble if one of us goes down. At least I saved. Okay, we're good. Pancake, get up. One was tougher than the other.
done.
But that means we're getting close.
It is begun. I shall do it.
Look at those fancy robes I just found. I have different. I think the ones I'm wearing are still slightly better. What do these look like? They look kind of like because the others have a willpower bump, which means I can cast more spells, and a magic bump, but the others give me a bump to my constitution and more of an armor bump, plus the being able to dodge attacks. So they're slightly better. Oh, but I can give them to Finn. He can wear fancy robes. And oh, he needs a hat. You need a silly hat to be in our group. And wait, ghastly hat? I'll give him the one I gave him because this one penalty be willpower, and I want him to have all the willpower. Give him his boots are better. About jewelry. He's got good stuff. Okay, that's fine. We'll leave the rest of it as is. I did the wrong button. I think I saved before, but an extra one can't hurt. Not sure. I think the trick is to fight the sentinels until the veil tear appears, then fight the veil tear, and then it kind of like disappears. Go back fighting them, wait for it to reappear, repeat as needed. I hope I know what I'm doing. Fireball. I'm not saying I'm always judicious about when I use fireball, but it's not super encouraging when it's preceded by I hope I know what I'm doing.
It is begun.
Oh, I failed. I'm sorry. I'm not doing a good job of keeping an eye. I took for granted that so far everybody else's health has been fine. Close of an eye on it as I should have. So let's take this opportunity just real fast to set tactics for our new friends. Not read that. The red print makes it. Just set it so that I'll take it. Oh, and lyrium potion. Then. Oh, and I don't know if you can set that as a ally health. Repeal. It's already on there. Can't hurt to have it on there again. Unless I just doubled up on tactics. In case. Oh well. Another save since I've done that. I actually quite like the ability to like set kind of rules for how your party members behave in this game, but I tend to forget to even use it. Don't jinx it.
Of us. The Sentinels should stop trying to kill us now. Let's get back.
I didn't mean to do that. Still, I've been trying to figure out what the rules are for fighting these Veil Tears, and I still feel like not super consistent. It almost seems like it's timed, because that tear, it felt like it just disappeared. But maybe we hit it and did the damage necessary to take it down to 0.
Go fetch! Shoo!
Okay, be nice to my dog.
You have to give him something. You can't just say fetch and expect him to retrieve random things.
Why not? Once heard of someone with a really smart Mabari who would run off and fetch things like cake. I think this one's broken.
That's not true. He's gone and gotten stuff for us. He just doesn't answer to Finn. Circle. Circle. What do we do? We gotta talk to the statue again. Made a very convenient circle. This is the right place. Right. So this is the phylactery room. The origin. I'm having trouble with stairs again. I wish there was a unlock spell in this game for when you don't have a rogue in the party. Otherwise you just
This used to be where the phylacteries of the apprentices were stored. They've been moved to a more secure location. We don't even know where they are anymore.
My bad. We did make a circle. Yes, here we go.
I am the spirit of Eleni Zenobia, once consort and...
Advisor to Archon Valerius, blah blah, fall of the house. Yes, we've been through that.
Finn. Greetings.
Are you asking the statue if it's all right?
Yep.
It's a statue.
So you'll talk to it, but it's strange to ask about its well-being?
It's made of stone. Short of a hammer and chisel, nothing will hurt it.
Stone eyes are no longer clouded. The darkness recedes for now.
It's hard to get answers out of it. Requires parsing all the grandiose mumbo-jumbo. We know where a broken Illuvian lies. Can it still be used to find the others?
Scry, The broken glass, dagger sharp, will be your key. The lights of Arlathan will illuminate the Scryer's path. The Archons possessed them, but they were misused, befouled, and lost, like so much the Imperium touched. Some were saved, carried by fugitives from the Elven city. Their sorrow awoke the stone, and her children sheltered them. They found a sanctuary in the deep halls of Cadhalash, now known as Kadash. There the lights of Arlathan lie, shielded from unworthy eyes.
So Kadash was Shale's house or clan or whatever the appropriate word is, back when they were a dwarf and not a golem. And we've been to Kadash Taig. We went with Shale to find that one stone that had a record of their family, and we did the tracing of it. Last we knew, Wynn and Shale were going to travel together because Wynn was interested in helping them find out, see if there was a way to reverse the procedure, I guess, that made them a golem. But when we didn't hear about that at all from when we met her in Origins, I don't think, unless there was like a quick dialogue option about it. But interesting that like Kadash Taig has a name that's similar but slightly different, but in the Elven language. So that makes me wonder like how much of like roads were the dwarves first, or like it ever belonged to the elves, or if that's just like what the elves called it. Like it was always dwarven territory, I guess, but that was the elvish word for it. I don't know which came first. Oh, well, I guess we're gonna find out, because I can say Kadash Taig impossible. It's not that old. But I think on a practical level, they already had built Kadash Taig for Shale's DLC, so they're just sending us back there because it's in terms of developing the game, I guess. But maybe there's a greater like story tie-in. I don't know.
So you know of it. Convenient.
Goodbye, Finn. We will not speak again.
What? What's that supposed to mean?
It means you're not going to speak again. We go back to obtain a shard of broken Illuvian. Well, it's another one of those elvish words in this game series that there's not a consensus on how it's pronounced. Which I feel like that's fine with the Dalish lore, because if the clans, not tribes, the clans all kind of exist and grew up independent of each other, at least after a time, they might have different dialects and pronunciation things. So now, I guess we leave. Could find neither of those things in the tower. Oh, I'm headed this way, I think. I can read a map sometimes.
Be done.
Now, Mage, tell us what's going on.
The Illuvians are linked, all of them. If you have one, you can find the others, if they still exist. But the one you know of is broken and corrupted. So we need something else to amplify the magic.
The lights of Arlathan.
Yes.
Yeah, let's ask him to come with us. We need a full party.
Ready to go when you are.
Okay, good. Keep, I think. Leave the circle tower.
Yeah.
Circle is the collective
Does
of people.
your name mean
Towers.
anything in Elven?
Blessed creators. Why does everyone ask that of people from other cultures?
Oh, I didn't mean...
What about you? Are you named after an honorable fish's appendage?
Well, Florian Phineas Horatio Aldebrand Esquire was a bit of a mouthful. And I was tired of the other apprentices calling me Flora.
Guess that makes sense. We need to go to Kadesh Taig, but I think first the Elven Ruins to get the piece of the Broken Alluvian.
These are the ruins. The Broken Alluvian should be... You don't seem to be that pleased to be out of the tower, Finn. I thought most mages wanted to be free.
Why? Just to be outside?
Very well.
Do you see this splotch here on my robe? That's mud. There's no mud in the tower. I miss being cozy and dry.
He is an indoor child. Honestly, sort of same. Well, no, not entirely. As a kid, like age like 5, 6, 7, 8, like single digit ages, I had 2 modes. I had inside with my books doing indoor child activities, or literally sitting in a puddle of mud. I don't know why. I'm a weirdo. That's why.
Shall be done.
You don't think it's contagious, do you?
Not sure we're going the correct way. Can't remember this map if it's one of those that like...
I shall do it.
Guess we're not going the right way. But you know, some of them like you can kind of choose which side you want to travel down, but it all kind of like makes a U shape, so you end up where you're meant to be regardless.
More enemies ahead!
What are these? Oh, they're elves, I think. Oh, no, that's Darkspawn.
Battle is won!
I was just wondering where Pancake was, but he dropped. Sorry, Pancake. I would help you, but I don't know where you are now.
I shall do it.
That's gonna make us like go find him, so that he can get back up. A little bit annoying. I don't remember seeing him go down, so I don't know where he was. Just a map ship. Hey, over there. Was I locked before? Oh, infected elves. They must be like blighted, but not transformed into Darkspawn yet. Infected Keymaster, so I guess if there's a locked door, he's got the key. Like when the game is on the nose, it tells me exactly what I need to know. Where are you going?
As you say.
He just say, I am Mage. It really is his first day outside.
It shall be done.
But we're okay. Getting worried, Pancake.
I shall do it.
Save, save. go.
As you say.
I can't believe this is one of the Illuvians. It's magnificent. And broken. Mostly broken. We have the shard of the Illuvian, but we still need the lights of Arlathan. We should head to Kadash Tide when you're ready to leave.
Fast travel from here? Do I have to run all the way back to the entrance? Gotta run all the way back to the entrance. I don't know if there are any more enemies, but I don't want to do any of that again. I like how the trees, I guess that's just tree roots, are growing in. These must be underground ruins, or part of it, and these are like tree roots growing into it. It looks really cool. This looks more like the trees just grew around and then into the ruins. Like the ruins were there and the trees grew up around it and kind of forced their way in. I think it'd be really cool if the ruins were like built around and with the tree root. You know, like they were used as part of the structure.
I'm not sure I like the deep roads. Fewer darkspawn than expected, but it feels like we're being watched. Wait, why did we stop? Is this Kadash Tide?
This is it, according to the maps.
Right, so I've
I had to
been going through my old notes. And I came across this footnote. Apparently, the elves would magically conceal relics of great significance, thus shielding them from unworthy eyes. And given what the Tevinter did, I'd say they count as unworthy.
You don't say.
I kind of feel bad for him because, like, well, first of all, what is it like for her? You know, she barely knew any of, like, the old Elven language, or written anyway, but he is a little bit more of an expert in it. So, like, what is it like for her to meet somebody who is not of her people, but knows more about her people than he does? You know what I mean? I can see how that could feel very, like, unfair. Like, he has more of a right to that knowledge than he does. But at the same time, like, I think he's a scholar, you know, he just enjoys learning and he learns about what interests him, and this interested him. And so, like, there's no maliciousness. Took the opportunity to learn, but I feel like it could be, I don't know, uncomfortable. That doesn't seem like the right word, but it's an experience. Like, I don't know how to, like, put myself in those shoes, you know? But, like, maybe she's jealous in a way. I don't know. I guess I'll never really know what that's like. That, to me, is somebody who knows more about, like, my heritage and where I come from than I do. But I guess that's kind of what she's experiencing. I thought the point of the keepers in this world was, like, to keep all of that knowledge, but maybe I don't know, maybe they just don't have the resources, or I mean, I don't have the Exalted Marches been mentioned yet. They either have slightly, or you'll learn more about them later in game, but, like, the Exalted Marches were when the Chantry, I think, was it all of Thedas, or was it one specific? Was it like the Winter Chantry, or maybe the Ferelden Chantry, or no? I think it might have been the Orlesian Chantry. They marched through the Dales and, like, kicked the elves out and murdered a bunch of them. I think the implication is very, like, Trail of Tears style from our history, and I guess they probably, a lot of the elves probably assume, maybe correctly, that a lot of their information, their books, their writings, their art, all that kind of stuff was destroyed. But I imagine quite a bit of it was just like taken by, I guess, the Templars, the people who kicked them out of their homeland. And I wonder if that would feel worse. Like it wasn't destroyed, they just took it. Or no. I don't want to say I don't care.
I hate to say it, but yes. We wouldn't be able to see the lights of Arlathan if they were right under our noses. If the elves concealed the relics with magic, only the blood of their kin will reveal them. Ariane, we need your blood.
Excuse me?
Just a few drops, that's it.
I mean, all of the elves descend from Dalish, or they were all the same at one point. So I don't understand why my character's blood doesn't work, but that's fine. Story reasons. If I can ask
You
him.
share the same blood as the Arlathan elves, so you're the only one this enchantment might recognize.
Fine. Just because hearing that gets me all tingly. A few drops.
I'll be gentle. My spell will reveal vortices of magic. Standing in them should allow us to see the energy being drawn to the relics, which will lead us to them. Once we reach the influence of the lights of Arlathan, Ariane's blood will unveil them. But we have to be close.
Hi, Overlord Nigel. Is it okay if I call you Nigel? No worries. I set the Streamlabs bot to be a little bit like picky about that sort of thing because I am really bad at keeping up with chat and the game at the same time. And I feel like a couple of sentences I can glance and read and get back to the game without interrupting the flow. But if it's too long, I get distracted and then just like, you know, try to figure out, like try to switch my brain over from what's happening in the game to chat. And then I've been really bad about this today anyway, but then I end up on a tangent. But yes, please, any lore you want to share, you're welcome to. This is kind of a major spoiler-free playthrough, but I have played the series through many times. Not Veilguard. Don't spoil Veilguard for me yet. I haven't played it yet, but I've played Origins 2 and Inquisition multiple times, but I try not to spoil it for friends who might be watching who haven't played before. But yes, feel free to chime in with any lore observations. Let me catch up. In the books it said that elven lore was passed down by word of mouth. Okay, that makes sense. I guess that, yeah, ever since the Exalted March, that would make sense. But then I wonder, like, at some point, well, I mean, they must have had the alphabet at some point if they have this book with these elvish characters in it that Ariane wasn't sure how to read. And most books are taken by humans, and the word of mouth can be recorded. Yes, so I was on the right track. But the Exalted Marches meant that they lost, I'm guessing, most, if not all, of their, like, physical copies of things. And the humans took them. A big part of why there's so much bad blood between the humans and the elves. You played Origins in 2 several times. I think it's just been a bit, so it's not fun to me. I understand that. I feel like all 3 games, again, haven't played Veilguard yet, so can't speak to that. I feel like the first 3 games are so different. I can understand why, like, certain people have 1 or maybe 2 of them they play, and then 1 or 2 they don't touch. I for story and character writing, I like 2 the best. For like world building and lore dumping, I like Inquisition the best. And this one, when I want to be like really strategic and like intellectual, this is not the playthrough for that. But when I want to be like very like strategy oriented, then I like this one. I don't mind that they're all different. I would say, I think I like the ways in 2 that they improved upon the combat for this one. I'm not as fond of the combat in Inquisition. I also don't think it being so open world was really necessary. I really like the like linear with freedom that we get from the first 2 and from Mass Effect. But I like that it's so long though. I mean, we'll see if I'm still saying that when it gets time to play it on stream. But I like that it's so long and there's so much there. Also, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. Oop. Oh, I just blinked on what they're called. The wormy guys. What are they called? Deep stalkers. There we go. They're little circular, creepy looking mouths. I kind of think they're like the worms in Dune, but on legs. I've not seen any of the Dune movies. I've only read the first book, and I know lots of people love it. It's a very beloved sci-fi series, but I did not
This
enjoy
carving over here
myself
is an
reading the
old
first
dwarven
Dune book, and I
dialect.
won't be
If
reading
you find
any of the
more writing
others.
like this, I could probably translate.
Okay, what now? Walked right over him. I'm sorry. Check the journal. Find the hidden. Or no, yeah, our left. I believe Finn believes that the trades, the relic, falls energy, mind, magic, value to energy. It relic, Ariane's blood will. Okay, good to know. Two did really have nice combat, but I do like the in Origins of Creed. And the conflicts you can have with them. Yes, I really like the way the character writing for some of the characters. Actually, most all of them. Also, I love Varric. I'm excited to have him. I think Varric is probably...
Magical vortex. We can use it to reveal the energy flowing towards the lights of Alathan.
Plymouth is my favorite character. Morgan is my second favorite character. I think Varric is a very close third, if not tied with Morgan for second favorite. But I love Plymouth. What do we do? I need Ariane to do whatever it is.
Do you see it? Can you follow the path?
Oh, I gotta be her, I think. Follow the... Okay. This way.
I always thought dwarves must be dull without magic. But this place is amazing.
I am armed.
Get him.
Get them!
It is begun.
Quickly, we must fight!
I see in here. Oh, it will show me too. I don't have to be Ariane. I guess it just implied that she's right there, so.
I should study dwarven history when I return. Oh, what's that?
Maybe stay focused right now. We got things trying to kill
Where's my
us.
notebook? Oh. Look at that.
Okay,
It is begun.
There's... Oh, there it is. Bronto, no! I don't like fighting the Brontos. I don't like it when people use the Brontos to fight. It makes me sad. I feel that way about the Mabari too, but sometimes I feel like
Strange to
they
think
almost
the
have
dwarves
more
live in
agency.
shelter in this
They're very
darkness,
intelligent.
to the elves who fled Arlathan.
So I know in game we hear Arlathan, and Arlathan. I don't know which one's right, but I like my headcanon that like the different people, different healers from different clans might pronounce the words differently because they have their own unique. Because that particular dialect or pronunciation grew up in that space. You like Morgan a lot, but also Logain, like, never really hated him even in the first game. I see him as not a sympathetic character, but like I have empathy, I guess, for his situation. You saw how the army was losing and still thought he made the right choice leaving. I think I don't necessarily agree that it was the right choice, but I understand why he did it. He has a bit of, I think, like PTSD around the conflict with Orlais, and so he has trouble seeing any threats beyond that. So he did what he thought was best to protect his country. And I don't know if he had just like after that. Well, no, because if all the Grey Wardens had died, they would have been in a pickle because then nobody could kill the Archdemon. So I don't know how it would have worked out. Maybe. Okay, here.
think something's here.
Is that it?
Oh, Guardian! That's what that word on the scroll meant.
It shall be done.
Oh, it's the Guardian. Okay, I was like, I thought for a second that was REM. Like, why are we fighting her?
Knights of our lap and our old lanterns. I didn't realize the statue was.
There were 3 we had to find. It's a video game, so it's probably 3. You know, like the tower was taken and they were late. You know, like anyone which knew the words. That's true. So it was a judgment call.
I have a good feeling about that.
I don't think. I agree. I don't think he was evil. I never saw him as an evil person. I think he truly cared about Merrick. But I also kind of feel like Merrick wouldn't have been too chill about him letting his son die. And he really cares about his country and the people in it. Have you read any of the novels by any chance? I have read the first 3. I need to get back to reading them. And you get quite a bit more Logain from those and a little bit better understanding of who he is and his backstory. And I enjoyed reading them. They're not amazing books, but I thought they were fun. I need to read. Next one for me is whatever the 4th one is. That Masked Empire. That's the next one, and then Adventure Nights, which is short stories, I think.
Hindsight, should have expected resistance like this.
Oh, you have read them. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've kind of taken breaks between them since they're not really like sequential. I just kind of read them when I feel like it. But it does mean it's been a while since I read like the first one and even the second one at this point, so there's stuff I'm sure I've forgotten.
2 lanterns. We just
Once I've read them all, I'll probably go back and read them again, maybe more quickly, so I can actually remember stuff from one to the next. I am going to make a point to read the ones I'm missing before we get to Inquisition on screen. And not just destroy my friends. Oh,
I need healing.
I had to do stretching exercises. I got sweaty. There was dirt. During my apprenticeship, they thought getting fresh air and exercise at least once a week would do us good.
Fresh air and sunlight is good for you.
He's funny. I sweated. I got dirty. I didn't like it. Relate. I like being outside. I like exercising, but I can relate to, like, I hate feeling dirty. So.
You know what feels fresh air in the summer? Mosquitoes. Hungry for sweet, untested mage flesh.
Well, when you put it that way...
Luckily, it didn't last long. One day, an apprentice made a break for it. Jumped off the dock and started swimming for the shore. The Templars couldn't jump in after him. Not with the armor on. Finally found him a week later. We stopped having to go out after that. That mage, Anders, never stopped trying to escape, though. Haven't heard from him since his last attempt.
He's in Vigil's Keep. Oh, what did I do? So I have messed some things up because this is my first time playing on PC, and there are some differences that I was not prepared for. This is what I have. So what is that? That's yeah, I'm kind of an arcane warrior. I'm doing more of like offensive stuff. For the spells I've picked, I've gone for more like the damage dealing stuff. So like I only really used what I can fit on the hotkey bar down here, but I went for all of the like elemental damage stuff first, and then I have a few other things which again haven't been using because there aren't enough spots on the bar down here. I'm not opposed to doing the blood mage school. me reading it, watching it, experiencing it, I kind of have a mind that like I don't have a problem with the blood magic as long as it's someone using their own or someone consenting to help them. I have a problem obviously with the people that murder people to do blood magic, but it is kind of cool, that spell tree. I don't actually play as a mage very often. I normally play as a rogue, but I kind of challenged myself to do an all mage character playthrough.
That's disappointing.
We just came from there. This is the same thing we were doing earlier. Looking for the books.
It's true then. A small group of elves.
Wait, oh, there it is. I just missed it.
As you say.
What we could do if we hadn't lost this magic.
I think it's really funny when characters start like carrying on conversations in the middle of combat. Okay, did we get 3 of them? No, there are 4. I was wrong. It's not a normal video game situation. 4, not 3. My mistake. Let's save. It's been a minute. You can talk down the blood mages in the tower. Interesting. I must not have really played that way enough to have encountered that. Now I'll have to do that on another playthrough.
My people could not have been comfortable hiding under someone. If you hate me.
Like yeah, that totally makes sense. Like if you are a blood mage, you can like level with them and resolve it peacefully, I'm guessing. That's really cool. I didn't know that, so I'll have to try that sometime. Okay, they took care of it without me.
I meant the dog.
I don't trust your autosaves.
Pay attention to where they're going.
I mean, I'm trying, but I'm not great at that. You can get them in your army. It's special dialogue, but you have to hide it from the Templars. Interesting. But we don't have all 4 of them. I gotta go back. I'm missing one of them. I will definitely have to try that on playthrough. Showing us where... I was just showing us where the vortices are.
It's like standing in a field of stars. And they're showing us the way.
Get the loot.
As you say.
Right there.
This is like playing hide and seek.
Here it comes.
It's interesting how Ariane has no issue with, like, disturbing these relics to get the book that was stolen. I understand why they want the book back, but like, obviously somebody didn't want these relics disturbed. In your first game, you had no idea Zevran was a thing. Like, why try this person to try to kill me? I think that's one of the things. Andrew, husband and modest extraordinaire, played it before me, so I think usually when he's played a game and I haven't yet, I'll like
Have the shard of the Alluvian and the lights of Alathan. Now all we have to do is scry for an unbroken mirror. I saw a suitable place for the ritual not too far from here.
I'll like ask him for help sometimes when I get stuck, but not spoilers. So maybe he told me Don't kill him.
Prepare
I
yourself.
don't remember. So long
The
ago.
ritual may attract unwanted attention. You'll have to protect me.
I missed Leliana entirely in my first playthrough. I never went in the tavern and never met her. Luckily, I did actually replay Origins before playing 2 for the first time, so that helped kind of fix that. But yeah, I just didn't even know about her. Just missed her entirely.
Here we go.
Yes, Corsetti, you never have to ask to chat. You can pop in whenever. Sorry if I'm contributing to it being dominated by the Dragon Age lore discussion. But I really should be focusing on not dying. Ben's busy trying. It can't help us if one of us goes down. No worries.
Oh, am I bleeding? Oh, look, a rip in my robe.
What happened to Ariane? Give us your blood. Who cares if it hurts?
It's my blood. That's different. I've pinpointed another Eluvian. It's in the Dragonbone wastes. The Devinters probably moved it there to see if the ancient Dragonbones could enhance the Eluvian's power.
Okay, so we're gonna go back to the Dragon Waste from Awakening.
It might be hidden,
Maybe?
or only appear to those who know its location.
Ben is funny. I'm enjoying listening to him be over the top about everything. Yeah, for me, on both channel streams, my chat tends to be kind of quiet. I'm fully okay with and at peace with the fact that, like, both my music streams and video game streams over here are often background noise. And so I'm used to not having a busy chat, which is part of why I struggle a little bit when it does get busier. But I think usually no one ever has to worry about jumping in. It's just kind of a slower pace. Someday I will have to maybe, well, if I'm fortunate enough, someday I will have to learn how to acquire that skill of keeping up with chat faster. But for now, I think I do okay. Do I think I can finish this DLC up to date? We're gonna see.
We examine the mirror. It might give clues to what Morrigan's doing. If she's looking for the Eluvians as well, she might even be there. Shall we?
I think we're close to the end, so I think I'm going to maybe just let the stream go on a little bit longer than usual and press on and finish it up, because I don't think there's enough left for
Let me just get
a future
this again.
stream.
Your name is Florian Phineas.
Horatio Aldebrandt, Esquire. Can't forget the Esquire. Father insisted.
Did your parents hate you?
No, they adore me. In fact, I'm sure my name is a result of overwhelming love replacing good sense.
Sounds like he was a nobility. His parents were just a little extra.
We're here. Keep your eyes open for dragons.
That's a good point our character made. We were just here and did not see an Eluvian, so don't know what we expect to find. At least the dark spawn children and the older grubs are gone.
Never met
They
a
were
dragon
gross
worshiper
and
before.
creepy.
Not much for small talk, are they?
Why would anyone worship a dragon?
Dragons are big, powerful, and they breathe fire! Some people are easily impressed.
Try not to talk over the characters. Honestly, it's my job to make space for you all in the chat and keep up with things and respond to everybody in a timely manner and in the same way. But I am prone to getting sidetracked. But that is a skill I should definitely continue to improve on for streaming.
I'll try to make something explode!
Challenge streaming on the regular challenges my multitasking abilities. But I think there's also no shame in every now and then just having to say, I gotta slow down and go do one thing at a time for a second. Some days I feel like I have the flow down pretty well, and some days I just do not. And then some days I just settle into it as stream goes on. Gross. Actually, the rest of the team's doing pretty well without me.
Very well. Don't give them the advantage!
Battle awaits! I defeat you!
It's begun.
Drake scales, don't tell Wade. I think in the books that continues to travel with her and tells his parents often gives up his hat and his mom gets shocked about it. If I haven't gotten to that yet, I'm excited. I don't remember him. The third book? I'm gonna need a refresher before I read the next one, I think. I read the first three over like, I think it's been more than a year since I read the third one, and I read the first three over a couple of years, so I'll need a little bit. Sure. Glad we're getting some free health quotes. Keep up the pace. Don't want to miss anything, but do want to complete today. Got distracted by sparkles. We can't get in there. None of us are rogue. I never did give Ariane any better equipment, but she's doing fine. I won't waste time with that.
It's begun.
Oh, her con is awfully low. Just to her stats, so let's just give her some more constitution. Make sure she's been doing a good job. Make sure she stays on her feet. Got all of the dual weapon. Actually, even the ranged weapon. Fine. Oh, I haven't saved in a minute. Do that again. Ice plus stone fit. Killing foes. Yeah, that's why I've been favoring that combination. I've got like one or two of each type of damage, and that's kind of just what I've stuck to.
Is that?
Of our Terrell? It can't be, they're only legends. It is said they were rock and tree, wind and rain, given form and breath by the elven gods to protect their people.
To protect their people? Then why does it look like it's going to eat you?
Because it wants to eat us. It disappeared.
I'll try to make something explode.
Finish talking that too. I need a little more talking from him and a little more stopping and doing whatever it is it's doing to me right now. I would like that to stop, please. Oh, Mr. Markel, please don't put my head. I don't like the way it jumps at all. It's a little unnerving. I always find it like unnerving, unsettling when it's like a creature that big that is so agile. I mean, the animation is cool, but yeah. Stop it.
I shall do it.
I delirium. Oh, I think I'm okay, but that's fine. Oh, it died. Also, I feel like it's kind of sad whenever we fight like and kill a mythological creature, but it was going to eat us. And we continue. There, edge of the map. It looks like it's a path, but I don't think it. I've lost the door. I'm literally right next to it. Can't seem to find it. Guess that's where the... Oh. Looks like where the mother was. She was just sitting in front of the Olivia the whole time. We could have just done this then. Could you move, please?
The Leliana. And it's glowing. We should...
I think she's expecting you. Ask her about our book.
No further, please. One more step and I leave. For good this time. I assume you know what this is. I have gone to great lengths to find and activate this portal. Give me reason and I use it, and you will not be able to follow. So you say. Tell me, why did you come? So you chase me all this way to offer help? I will never understand you, and you will never understand me.
This, I think what I was looking up where the stupid book was, that this takes place a year and a half or so after Origin's main game. Awakening takes place, I think, about a year after, so 6 months after what we finished up last time. Had the baby, and no baby here, but watching the baby. No, it's not Plymouth, because she's kind of dead. Well, temporarily anyway. I don't know. I don't think we get to ask her.
I would not even know where to begin explaining.
Oh, we can.
He is safe, and beyond your reach. All you need to know is that the child is an innocent. He knows nothing of the destiny that lies before him.
I don't feel like she betrayed us. I feel like she was pretty upfront about what she wanted and what she was going to do.
My plan is to leave and prepare the child for what is to come. Such preparation requires time and power. I must have both if I am to be successful. More than this, I dare not say, even to you. Then allow me to provide you a warning. 'Tis Flemeth you should beware of, not me. Hunt her if you hunt anyone.
This is an Alistair Morgan baby. I wish there was a way to keep Alistair and Logan alive. Can't remember now exactly what happened. I went into the Landsmeet trying to make sure things came out a certain way for Inquisition, not spoil for anyone who's never played before. I wanted Alistair to be alive and still a Grey Warden and not king. So that's the outcome we had. So Enora is queen.
My mother has tricked her way past death and more. She is no more finished than I am. I thought I knew what Flemeth planned. I thought what she craved was immortality, and yet I was wrong. So very wrong. She is no blood mage, no abomination. She is not even truly human. The ritual was but a means to an end, a herald for what is to come.
Yeah, but I wanted Alistair to be a Grey Warden and not be like a drunk. Second one. I think I need a bit. I mean, I would prefer not have to kill Logain, but it's fine.
Change is coming to the world. Many fear change and will fight it with every fiber of their being. But sometimes, change is what they need most. Sometimes, change is what sets them free. What I want is unimportant now. I cannot tarry longer. The time has come for me to go. I wish it were not so, but I do. There is one last thing I must tell you, if you will allow me. I left you a gift. The Dalish book is there, and something you will find of great interest. Goodbye, my friend.
Item of interest. Another book? 2 books? Pancake stick. Yeah. I guess we can't go through the Alluvion with her if we're not her love interest. Or I messed up the dialogue, but it's okay. Not as important. I know that later on in game, teeny tiny spoiler, but if you play Male Warden and you are her love interest, then if you follow her through the Alluvion, you find out that they did actually live together for a time with the child. So that's kind of nice. I hope you all have a really nice rest of your Wednesday evening, and I will see you again soon.